Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, guys. Our individual for Ukraine's greatest generation this week is Volodymyr Kyrychuk. Volodymyr was a defender for the football club Veres Rivne and a defender in a second sense for his country within Ukraine's 46th Brigade. Many thanks to Ukrainian football's online stats archive, amongst other sources for this data. Volodymyr was born on April the 5th, 1999, in the village of Ploska in Ukraine's Rivne region. Here's a picture of Volodymyr here. And I thought I'd zoom in on the imagery here just to give everyone an idea of the rurality of this location. Looks pretty remote, doesn't it? There we go, that's really zoomed in. Volodymyr had a long journey in his short life. He worked as a freight forwarder for Ukra-Zalizia, then at a bread factory near the city of Rivne. During his time in higher education at university, he qualified in rehabilitation as well as physical education. Sporting activities were a massive part of Volodymyr's life from an early age. At 15, Volodymyr gained a place at a sports school affiliated with the famous Veres football club that you can see before you here. Looks like a field of dreams, doesn't it? An interesting fact about this club, actually, Veres FC had actually lost its professional status in 2011 due to financial difficulties. However, new life was breathed into this club in 2015, literally the year which Volodymyr started playing there. And Volodymyr had just turned 15 when he started playing there. Thanks to the efforts of his coach and other professionals, he dedicated 2 seasons to playing here at Veres. A tall lad, here he is here, he's a tall lad. Volodymyr was a defender, and during his football career, he played for different professional and amateur clubs. This guy played football for his oblast. Football, or soccer, for my American friends, is the most popular sport in Ukraine. Like with regional football, as with pretty much all regional level sports anywhere, it is highly competitive, with many players vying for a place in each team. Volodymyr's first coach at the Veres Youth Sports Academy, a guy called Mykola Volkov, had this to say about Volodymyr. He said, Volodymyr Kyrychuk came to the Veres Junior High School at the age of 15 in 2014. He played for 2 seasons under my leadership. He played for the school's all 1999-born team in both the regional championship and the Ukrainian Football League championship for his age group. He said Volodymyr never missed a training session because he loved football. He was a wonderful guy, a very sincere person, good-natured, positive, and hardworking. Playing as a defender, Volodymyr valued teamwork very highly and distinguished himself by his competitive character. This is where Veres, I was looking, the under-19 team, there's, unlike the men's team, there's not a lot of stats out there. But during his time at Veres, Volodymyr in Veres managed to get through to the last 16 in the competitive cup round. So I'll just try and maximize this so people can see this. Getting through to the next round must have been, I imagine, a story he must have told more than once. As you can see, Rivne, Veres here, they stuck it to Ternopil Oblast in the first round of 32, beating them 1-0. And they won their first game in that first round of 16 against Lviv and lost the other 2. But this guy was, he was going places. Following the full-scale invasion in 2022, Volodymyr was called up and he was mobilized into Ukraine's 46th Air Mobile Brigade, which interestingly was reformed as a brigade in 2022 during the year Volodymyr joined, just like as was the case with his football club Veresh FC, which was reformed when he joined. During his mill training, he didn't want to concern his family about his safety. He assured them of his imminent return. However, on October the 1st, 2022, during the evacuation of himself and fellow soldiers from the front line in Kherson, Volodymyr became one of the thousands of Ukrainian casualties lost in the Kherson liberation offensive. Initially listed as missing, subsequent DNA analysis confirmed the death of 23-year-old Volodymyr. He is survived by his mother, his disabled father, and his sister Yulia. Yulia said this about his brother. She said, Volodymyr loved his sport, devoting a lot of time to it. His eyes lit up when he played football. Volodymyr could not sit still, so he traveled a lot and dreamed of where his next journey would take him. And that passion was one he clearly would have taken further in his life. There is currently an open petition on the President's petition website to posthumously award the status of Hero of Ukraine to Volodymyr. That award is, of course, the highest national decoration that can be conferred upon an individual citizen by the President of Ukraine. But this is where his story, for us, ends now. Volodymyr, defender of Ukraine, both on the field and in the field. And that's Ukraine's greatest generation for this week. We're going to finish with picture of this week, which has been submitted to us by our great friend and contributor, Vasil. So it's this picture here. And this is incredible for a couple of reasons, because generations of people goes the Greek epic. Generations of people are like leaves. In winter, winds blow them down to earth. But then, when spring comes again, trees birth new life upon the wild. Yet not these people, not these Ukrainians, with no time to await a change in season or session in Congress. They live each day as if it were their last. They fight persistently. This fight transcends levels of society in its own distinctive form. These people are like us, yet they may seem not like us. No change in seasons can they afford. Not these Ukrainians, and not these Ukrainian children who have just spent the evening in a damp bomb shelter, feeling the terror in the skies above them. They have gone from little to no sleep to the steady concentration required for a chess tournament, in which Vasil and particularly his son is pictured playing here. Thank you, Vasil, for this picture. This is Tochnyi's picture of this week. Thank you to all our many listeners for your questions, your comments,